Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in to another video on my channel. I'm your usual host, Sarasu TCG, and we are here with the newest released structure deck, the Dark World structure deck. Finally, not a kindergarten deck, but a deck with some real monsters, with some real badass monsters. Of course, the Dark World archetype is very well known from the past. It was originally released in Elemental Energy, as far as I can remember. What are we gonna do? I have 3 decks here. We're gonna open one, of course. Gonna go through the cards pretty fast, and then I try to build a deck out of these 3 structure decks, and at the end we will see what the results are. So let's take these 2 aside for now and just open the first one. That's the plan. That's the plan for today. Hopefully the plan does resolve as planned. Hopefully. So a little bit misty time where they did a bit more of higher quality in packaging, because that's actually that's a pain in the ass to get out now. Back then you probably remember, or the veterans remember, that's a little bit better with the little plastic window where the promo card was, and it was a rule book and a playmat, and it was overall a nicer packaging than we have now. But yeah, it is what it is. Can't change that. That's the playmat with the Dark World monsters on it and some useful tips. How to combine new effects, but I guess it's more or less pretty clear what to do in a Dark World deck. If you've played it before, you know it anyways, what the strategies are. So let's open the card pick first, if I can open it. There's my knife. Carefully, of course. Alright. Okay, back then we have these strange promo things called for Master Duel and so on. And Duel Links. Well. Everyone knows that, I guess. Okay, this is a new one. The first one. I'm totally very bad at French, so I won't try to pronounce that correctly. Oberkönig der Finsternis, Overking, or High King of the Dark World. Very nice. New one. Puppenspielerei der Finsterwelt, I guess this is also a new one. Archive der Finsterwelt, also a new one. That's the first fusion. Looks very badass, this one here. Graffa, Dragon Overlord of the Dark World, probably. Very nice. I like this one. Amtsantritt der finsteren Welt. Okay. And Asbury Gentar is also a new one. Gentar Torhüter der finsteren Welt. Paul Einsiedler der finsteren Welt. Looks also very menacing. Love this design, much better than these strange things we sometimes encounter on the cards. Bestrafung der finsteren Welt. And now the commons. Well, that's the evolution one. That's the monster before him. Overlord of the Dark World, Lucent. It's all very nice. Latinum, nice artwork. They all have a really badass artwork. Gold is a very old one. Silver is also a very old one. Bronze 2, Bake, of course. Brow, Scar, Khaki. Yeah, these are classic old school Dark World monsters. Gran, Cerulean, I can't remember this one. Sure, of course, from Elemental Energy. 1800 TK Beatstick. Renge, the 2100 defense monster. Very nice to see this here. Then the danger cards. Bigfoot, Thunderbird, Mothman, Tsuchinoko, one Lilith again. Okay, probably for the... You could play this deck with all the virus cards, deck devastation virus and Dark Eradication Virus and Greening Grave Virus and so on. Sagen, okay, that's interesting, that's in here. And Backcheck, okay, of course, because we run a lot of Fiend monsters, or actually they are all Fiend monsters. Dark World Dealings, pretty good card. Anschmann of Instrument, Zugang zu Instrument, Blitzgift of Instrument. Drag down into the grave, no, why not? Card Destruction, okay, why not? Forces of Dark, probably. Gehirnmische Instrument, Dunkler Nebel, alright. Geisteszersetzung. Yeah, well, that plays very well with this deck because it doesn't matter if you have to discard a card. There is the deck devastation virus I talked about earlier. On Paleozoic Dinomishus, one skill drain. Very nice to have this in as a reprint in here. Recently received a lot of reprints in skill drain, but why not? You know, it's just make it cheaper for anyone to afford, so that's a good thing. Konami does. One Gruffer, probably the best one in here. It's a level 8, so you could basically go in level 8 Xyz, rank 8 Xyz, I'm sorry. Snow, so old one, and Gates of the Dark World. Alright, okay, that's the cards we're gonna work with. Yeah, I'm gonna unpack the other two, probably go fast forward or skip completely, and yeah, until later. Okay, now I divided all the cards in the respective card types, so trap spells, monster cards, normal monsters, and definitely probably won't use the normal monsters, I don't know, and the extra deck monsters. For now it's a little bit of a card read through because I can't remember what the cards exactly do that well. Yeah, so again, until later. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I read through all the cards now, and I hope I understand that good enough. As I said before, we won't use these, sadly. They are cool, but not very useful. So, to the monsters, let's start with the monsters. This guy here is pretty insane. Because I can special summon this one from the graveyard. If I discard, if I add level 7 or lower monster that I control back to the hand, and if it's special summoned from the grave, I can add my hand one Dark World monster that I love level 5 I have from my deck except him. And if this is discarded by a card effect from my opponent to the grave, I can special summon one Dark World monster I have level 4 or lower from my deck or grave on either side on the field. So I don't know, probably it's not good if you run too much high level monsters. I would say play this as a 2-off probably. Let's take the not used monsters aside. Graph is also very nice. Same thing as the Overking thing. Add back a monster from my field to my hand, and I can special summon this from the grave. Is probably one of the best. So definitely only again 2 times. This one is I don't know. It's not the best one, so I read through it. If this card is discarded by a card effect to the grave. If it's discarded by a card effect of your opponent, I can target one fiend type monster on my field. I can special summon this one, and the targeted monster gains 500 ATK. Well, I don't know. It's very, very situational, so I probably won't play this one. This is again a nice one. I don't know, but I don't know how many. Probably one of those. I don't know. Let me erase this. This is probably the best. If it's discarded by any card effect, you can special summon it back. So pretty nice. We're gonna play free. Gold is cool, but it's not of use. Silver is nice, so I'm probably gonna play silver 2. Also silver 2 times. No, can't see it, but anyway. Gren. What did he again? I can't remember. If this this was spell and trap removal, so probably not the best one. Snow, the Unlight of Dark World. He was good. Here, because you can add any Dark World card from your deck to your hand. So I'm probably gonna play this. Scar is, it's too old. Bake, forget it. Bron, forget it. Bro is nice. Bro, because if this card is discarded to the grave, they can draw 1 card, and if it's discarded by opponent's card effect, they can draw 2 cards. So this is basically pot of green. So Bro is not bad. Cocky does have no further use now. Chenta is also very nice because you can add Gates of the Dark World, and Gates of the Dark World is a cool card. So I'm probably gonna play this also as a free off over there. Zero lead is only good if it's on the opponent's side of the field, because then he has to discard 1 card. Probably 2 times. 2 times this one. Back with that. Paul was a very long effect. But I have to read it again. It was okay. Probably maybe one of him, or 2. Maybe 2. Maybe 2. I don't play the traps, so I don't need this. This thing is also not that good at all to the danger cards. I would play 1 of each. That was what I trying to say. So 1 Bigfoot, 1 Tsushinoko, 1 Mothman, and 1 Thunderbird. Sadly, there's no Nessie or Woiperdinger. No, what is it called in English? Checkalope in here. Otherwise, I would add these 2. So that's for the monster lineup. I guess, that's very put together very fast. I actually don't want to end this video as a 3-hour video. Of course, I have to test it then later. That's the monsters, and let's say how many monsters it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 monsters. Oh, no. Little monsters. Chenta, not 24, 27. 27 monsters, a lot of monsters, but we also have to discard a lot of monsters, so that comes in hand to the spells. Yeah, that was a little bit difficult for the spells what to add there. That's a very, very nice card, I have to say. Die Puppenspielerei der finsteren Welt. I want to play this 2. This is also a good card. The Archives. Also 2-1. This is our fusion. You can summon any theme type fusion monster with that, but only gets its full potential if you play summon, of course, a Dark World fusion monster. So 2 times this one. Card destruction. Yeah, I can only play 1 because it's limited to 1. That's just, drag down into grave, doesn't matter anyway. This thing also, only a set card can be destroyed, not that of a good one. This also, you cannot summon any more monsters if you activate this, so also doesn't matter anymore. This is also, back then it was good. But nowadays I wouldn't play that. Dark World Duelings, of course, 3 times, obviously, and 3 Gates of the Dark World, because this is our field spell and it's not too bad. Alright, a little bit faster with the spells now, but we had not so much to decide here. 27 monsters, I said, and these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we would be exactly at 40 cards now. To the traps. Well, you could play with more traps, of course, but then you have to play with Lilith and the backcheck. The only thing that's probably nice is this one, the Dog World thing. Skildren would be not that of a good idea. This doesn't make sense then. All of that, the activation virus and this thing and skill drain. So we take this aside for now. Yeah, this is then interesting. I don't know about this one. This is actually not bad because you can discard 2 and banish 1 card from your opponent's grave. Yeah, well, that's we have now 43. Probably gonna run two of these to banish cards from your opponent's grave. So we have total 45 cards. Yeah, extra deck. What a surprise. We have only this as extra deck card, so there is no further use. Going more into detail in the extra deck because we have only 1 extra deck monster. If you play only with the 3 Dog World structure decks, well, this is probably what I'm gonna end up now in 10-minute deck building. 3 times Chenta, 2 times Paul, 2 times the Overking of the Dog World, 3 times the Lucent because it's very nice, 1 Overhead of the Dog World, 2 times Groffer, 2 times Silver, 2 times Ceruli, 3 times Bro because he's probably one of the best level 3 Dog World monsters, then 1 each of the danger cards, 3 times Snow because it can search with any Dog World card to our hand. Then of course this one, otherwise we couldn't summon our fusion monster. This is very nice because we can banish a lot of cards. Was it that one or was it this one? This was this one with banishing cards. This was with... Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, drawing cards and discarding cards, of course. Yeah, this done. Of course. Best card ever. Dog World dealings. Card destruction comes in very handy. This obviously, of course, because it can banish 1 and discard 1 and draw. So that's insane. And just for the traps, a little bit of to interrupt your opponent's plays. That's not too bad. Also, counter trap, permanent trap. Every time I can banish 1 of my opponent's monsters from his grave, and then I can discard 1 fiend type monsters. Other way around, I have to discard a fiend type monsters, and then I'm able to banish 1 of a monster from my opponent's grave. Yeah, very nice. I love this deck. Didn't play it again, but already I love it because it's Dog World and the artworks are badass. Yeah. Probably gonna go through a lot of deck testing and improving with other cards, but for me it was now the best thing I could build out of this deck. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it very much. Let me know what you think about it, about my 10-minute build right now, 20-minute build if I look at the video duration, but anyway, you know what I mean. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I said it already, and until next time, goodbye.